Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Go Sportsball podcast. I'm your host, Owen with Ron, and so it's been a while. Sorry for the are we talking?
We were both going to say the same thing. Sorry for the little hiatus. The winter storm that came through, it brought ice the first time, and then second time it was actual snow.
Yeah, roads were bad, and we also just didn't want to we also had a lot of scheduling issues.
Yeah, and pretty bad ones.
One week we just completely forgot because I was dead tired after work. I got my ass whooped recently. But yeah, so we're back. Hopefully more consistently this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a lot going on. I mean, national championship's over. The Super Bowl is over. That means football's over. And now I'm sad.
Technically, no, it's not. Starting next month, UFL.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about that.
As much as it's not as as big as other ones, it's still something that if you're a football fan, it's something to look at and actually watch. I mean, the UFL is a combination of the XFL and the USFL.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay had a team there.
Yeah,
had a team in one of those, and then one of the greatest linebackers ever, Derek Brooks, played in the Tampa Bay team that was there. I think they were called the Tampa Bay Storm, which is funny because you have the Lightning.
Yeah, and then you've
of course, Columbus is getting a team, right?
Columbus just got a new team.
Yeah,
the Columbus Aviators is what I.
That's a lit name.
And I believe Cardale Jones is the head coach of the team.
If only I know who that was.
The Ohio State University quarterback. Well, former. So. But it's fitting that he comes back home. So,
but nobody cares about Ohio State because today we're talking about some baseball. So let's talk about some baseball.
So I've only got one story out of college baseball. It's not a commitment. Unfortunately, it's going to hurt Arizona a little bit. Arizona's star pitcher Tony Pluta will miss the 2026 season. Will undergo Tommy John surgery. That's not saying that he's missing out on his career. At least he still has a lot of time. He still has his college career to go and everything.
I gotta be honest, from this angle, he kind of looks like Shia LaBeouf in Transformers, and now I can't take him seriously because what if he's playing baseball and then they hit him and he yells, "Do not touch my car! It's a collector's item!"
But
I need to watch those movies again.
But Pluto was ranked the number one reliever in preseason. This past preseason, and had a 1.46 earned run average ERA in the 2025 season.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's hopefully Arizona can still do good, but that's going to hurt them quite a bit.
Yeah.
So moving on to the MLB.
So one pretty big thing is that Justin Verlander is going to be back in Detroit. The Tigers signed right-handed pitcher Justin Verlander to a 1-year deal. I do not have the monetary value of that yet, but
former local boy too.
Yeah, local boy. Did he play for?
I don't think he played for Tennessee around here.
I thought you were meaning he was a local boy to Detroit. So I didn't know if he played for
No, he's a local.
If he was in Michigan or something.
No, he's a local boy around.
I didn't know if he had a Aiden Hutchinson story where he was oh hey. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and then I played for Michigan, and now I play for the Lions, and I make fun of Ohio State by saying the University of Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, even as an Ohio State fan, you gotta admit that's kind of funny.
It's stubborn, but it's fun.
Right. I'm sorry, I forgot you guys are you guys don't have a sense of humor. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Watch it now.
I'll be honest, I still kind of want to go to a game. Or at least the game. I want to hit that one.
I would have to get those as soon as the tickets went on sale, and those things cost thousands of dollars.
Hey. One of these days, we will go, and I will get a Tom Brady Michigan jersey, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, this Ohio State guy, he's my chum," and see how quickly. I'm gonna get so jumped, and it's gonna be so.
Buddy,
funny.
I can't guarantee your safety sometimes.
I can't guarantee your safety. I can't guarantee your safety. I was talking crap to the drunk guys when we were at the stadium series, but I survived.
True, but cool. Jonah Heim has been moved to the Braves. He is a catcher. They reportedly agreed to a deal. I don't have the monetary value of that one.
Not bad. I mean, the Braves, they were a mess last year. I mean, they need all the help they can get. I mean,
the only time they weren't a mess was like during the Speedway series.
They have to do that for Chell. They have to do that for the NHL because I did hear that they were thinking about it. I mean,
if they do, you're gonna have to add like a lot of stands on those embankments, and that's gonna be fun trying to sit there and you're at an angle like this.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like they do that for other sports too.
They did them on straightaways for stadium, not the stadium series, but the college football.
But I will mention this too. What is it? I've seen memes about that. So, like, if they did that, most people think it would be Nashville and Carolina. And if they hear me out, well, because Tennessee and then North Carolina right over there. But what would be funny is if they took, like, they had like the score bug and they had NAS and then NASCAR.
Oh lordy.
Although in all honesty, seeing as how it is more on like Tennessee turf, they would probably put it at they'd probably put Nashville on the right because that's usually how the home thing works for score bugs, but that's beside the point. Yeah. So continuing on, Nick Castellanos, he's officially on the move. He's going to the San Diego Padres, which is kind of surprising to me, honestly, but I mean, I guess.
Yeah, well, it is surprising for me because he was doing very well in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of made clear that, they were going to be burning a lot of pieces this year, especially after their postseason failures and that play. Yeah. So at the end, I do get it. I do understand why he's gone because, again, we talked about this a few episodes ago, which feels like it's 5 freaking years ago.
Yeah.
That they were going to be losing a lot of pieces, and Castellanos was one of those players that was going to be out. So, I mean, that's just part of the sport. And I mean, San Diego, they got a pretty solid player in good old Nicky. So we'll have to see.
So moving over to Toronto, unfortunately for them, Anthony Santander is out for 5 to 6 months. Bowden Francis is actually out for the season. Santander is set to undergo left labral surgery and miss 5 to 6 months, while Francis will undergo UCL reconstruction surgery and miss the 2026 season.
Yeah. Also, speaking of the Blue Jays, they're also going to be losing Isaiah Keener Falefa, which is an epic name. They're losing falafels over here. Isaiah is going to be going to Boston. Him and the Red Sox that reportedly agreed to a 1-year deal. I don't have the money value on that one, but it happened.
But the Blue Jays do gain a really good hitter in a trade with the Houston Astros. The Toronto Blue Jays receive Jesus Sanchez.
They receive Jesus.
And the Houston Astros receive Joey Loperfido. I believe is how you say his name.
So they got some guy named Joey, and then the other team got Jesus. Let's go. Good old evangelism.
Oh my gosh.
It just reminds me of that thing where there was this nun that actually threw a first pitch at an MLB game, and she did she did the bicep thing and then threw it, and then she pointed at some guy, and some dude was dressed like Jesus in the crowd, and he went, "Well done." It's just you're doing good at your job, and then your boss sees you.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm sorry, Jesus, I was unfamiliar with your game. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the MLB.
I've got a few more going. Quite a bit going, actually. The Rockies have placed Chris Bryant on the 60-day IL. Bryant did not play after April 12th last season and has only played in 170 games since signing his 7-year, $182 million contract back in 2022 with Colorado. Another person on the move is Marcell Ozuna. He is going to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Ooh.
I don't know how that's going to work out.
Move this over a little bit.
You're good.
Get you more in frame.
Chris Bassett is signing a 1 year deal, $8.5 million deal with Baltimore Orioles.
Not a bad move. Kind of like with the Braves, Baltimore was a mess.
Yeah.
At least the Rays weren't at the bottom. I just want to be happy. Oh, I actually saw the new stadium renderings for like the new Rays stadium, and honestly,
hopefully it helps them out.
It looks pretty good. Like, my main concern with it though is like I really hope they don't do like a glass dome, because as a Florida native, that is basically the stupidest idea ever.
That's gonna burn the grass.
It's like do you know how much they're gonna have to pay for maintenance and HVAC costs? Like, we're all gonna be like, and again, lived in Florida. Don't do it. Anybody that's even been to Florida, especially in the summertime when baseball usually happens, knows that the second you walk outside, your feet are going to melt to the ground while mosquitoes gnaw on your corpse like a psycho. And it's terrifying.
And this guy loves the cold weather.
Yeah, everybody here in Tennessee is like, oh my god, I hate the heat. And I'm like, my guy, you have never had to scrape the remains of your toes off the ground after stepping outside to get the mail.
I've worked in South Carolina.
You cowards.
I've worked in the islands in South Carolina off the coast. And let me tell you, my feet, I was working on a roof and my feet, like, it felt like the soles were melting off.
Yeah.
So,
mosquitoes make a killing there. But yeah, I do like how the Rays are getting a stadium, and better yet, it's going to be near Tampa. Because I've been saying it for years, and nobody believes me. That's the reason why we don't get attendance. Put them in Tampa with the Bucks and the Bolts, and then the people will go, because they have promise. Junior Caminero he's insane.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
So,
anything to get away from that guy.
Yep.
Rot in hell.
So, the Twins have acquired Anthony Banda from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was given to the Dodgers.
You know what I was talking about.
The Dodgers gave him to the Twins in exchange for international bonus money. He was designated a free agent by the Dodgers last week, so about 2 weeks ago.
I guess they just want to avoid, another big collapse like they did this season, because that was hard to watch.
Yeah, they were up at the top in the division with in front of the Indians, and they tanked after a while. So
Minnesota, am I right?
Yes.
Minnesota.
But the Dodgers did re-sign Kike Hernandez, so that should help them out.
Not bad.
What stinks for the Baltimore Orioles, like we were talking about earlier, Jackson Holliday, who is probably he was a great prospect coming into the draft.
Great player.
But Jackson Holliday is to begin the season on the injured list due to a fractured hamate bone. I don't know.
Hammy? Yeah, I don't know. He fractured a bone, and now he's
he fractured his right hamate bone during a batting practice session and will need surgery.
Yep, welcome to the big leagues, my friend, where you will do good 1 second and then you start dying.
Some bad news for the New York Mets as well. Francisco Lindor might need surgery on a left hamate bone.
No.
So David Stearns announced that Francisco Lindor will be evaluated, and I'm guessing it was sometime last week, for a stress reaction in his left hamate bone and could need surgery. Lindor will need 6 weeks to recover if he has to have the surgery, but could still be ready for opening day, which is coming up in April, and I cannot wait for it. Now, see, for me, NASCAR season has already started. Basketball season is already in full swing. They're halfway through, but that All-Star game was just...
Don't talk about it. Hockey Olympics are here too, and it's...
Ooh, we got some news on that.
Peak.
We got some news on
that. It's so peak. They finally have players in the Olympics. We're so back.
And there's been a lot of fighting.
AKA it's just Tom Wilson being a little brat because it's Tom Wilson. All right, so let's get into basketball. So starting off, this is probably some of the biggest news that happened This came out as of 3 days ago. Chris Paul has officially retired from basketball. He made a post on social media. If I can find it real quick.
But he was also...
There it is.
And I'll have to get into some college basketball after this.
Yeah, so he basically... I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like 4 pages of words and stuff like that. But yeah, so he made a post on Instagram and basically said that after 21 years of play that he's done. So, I mean, it's a damn shame he never won a ring, but what a career for CP3. I mean, he's a fantastic player, one of the best point guards in NBA history. I mean, fantastic player, and I wish the best for him in retirement.
So I think before he announced his retirement, I believe this came out before that. The Toronto Raptors did waive Chris Paul. So basically, he is no longer on the team.
I guess he basically told them like, hey, yeah, I'm kind of planning on retiring, so you just go on ahead and do that, so that you don't lose much.
It says that it's ending a Hall of Fame career. I think he's made his point still. He did very well throughout his career. Yes, he didn't win a ring. Wait.
No, he didn't win.
No, he didn't win a ring, but I still think he did an amazing job.
Yeah, because because that's the thing. Like, a lot of people say, oh, ring culture ruined the NBA, and I do kind of get it, because, but at the same time, I think it goes with a lot of sports. I mean, if you don't win a ring, then your entire career is very tainted. I mean, in the NHL, guys like Marcel Dion, Jerome McGinley, Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, all those dudes are always going to be looked at as the best players to never win the cup. And it's a damn shame. But yeah. That's beside the point. I don't know why I'm bringing up hockey. But some other pretty big news, and this happened for your Cleveland Cavaliers. During the trade deadline, we're not going to go through everything because there's a lot.
Yeah, no, but this one is huge, and it's helped out the team as of recently.
Yeah, so the Cleveland Cavaliers traded Darius Garland and a future second round pick. I almost said 7th round. And a future second round pick in exchange for James Harden. I'm going to be honest. I was not a big fan of this trade when this happened because here's the thing. Harden can bring a lot to a team, but my major issue was that from what I saw, he wasn't very good at defense. At least from what I remember. And also, and this is something that I'm still very worried about, is the fact that he is not good in the playoffs. He is a very infamous ghost when it comes to being in the postseason. Because regular season, he puts up good numbers. But then when it comes to being in the playoffs, he just forgets how to play the game. I mean, Clippers fans have been dealing with that for ages. And pretty much every team he's playing on has been dealing with that. And yes, he's doing pretty well so far. And I'm happy for him in that regard. And it sucks that we have to lose Garland. But at the end of the day, Cleveland is they're trying to get back to the final at some point or another, and hopefully don't get their asses whooped by Golden State again. I mean, they're making these moves now so that they can try to make that big push. But I don't know, just getting a noted playoff ghost is kind of worrying. Even if D. Mitch wanted him, I'm still going to be, I'm going to give him a chance because he's doing well so far. But I'm also going to be you got to get your crap together, my guy.
Oh, yeah. So, moving over to college basketball, I was going to try to cover this first, but I forgot I had it. So, there was a huge fight that happened about a couple days ago from today's recording. Where a Providence player did a pretty bad flagrant foul on a St. John's player during a basketball game, which ensued a brawl. And caused about 6 ejections in total, 4 from St. John's, 2 from Providence, including the player that was involved. But the player, Duncan Powell, who started that whole mayhem with the flagrant foul, has been suspended for 3 games for, quote, combative actions, end quote, on Sunday. after he was one of the 6 players ejected from Providence's 79-69 loss to number 17 St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, in my opinion, the way that it is, and I'm showing Owen the picture. I mean, the way that it is, I would have thought it would have been more than 3
Literally
games.
grabbed his jaw like that from behind. That's crazy.
I would have thought they would have given him more, but
yeah. So another news from the trade deadline. This was a pretty interesting trade in my opinion. So there's a trade between the Golden State Warriors and the Atlanta Hawks. In this trade, the Warriors receive Kristaps Porzingis, aka Tingus Pingus, and if you don't know, there was this video of when Porzingis got drafted to the Knicks, and this one Knicks fan got really mad, and he yelled, "What did they do? Who is Tingus Pingus?" It's been a meme. And in exchange for Pingus, the Atlanta Hawks get Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga. Now, honestly, I did expect Kuminga to get out of Golden State because he was demanding a trade, and he clearly was not happy with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I think he'll I think he'll do okay in Atlanta because
they need a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, especially after they had to trade Trae Young. I mean, that's the kind of thing that they just didn't want to do. But as of right now, Atlanta is 10th in the East, and they've lost their last 3 games. So there's that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're a mess.
Yep.
There was also a giant trade with between the Washington Wizards and the Dallas Mavericks. So in this trade, just stay with me here, the Mavericks receive Chris Middleton, Malachi Branham, AJ Johnson, Marvin Bagley III, and 2 future first-round picks and 3 future seconds. All of this in exchange for who's getting sent to the Wizards, Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. So, wow.
Yeah.
I guess
Dallas keeps Dallas just loves to screw themselves over.
They do. Don't get me wrong.
No matter if it's the Mavs or the Cowboys.
I mean, yeah. Davis didn't really do too much for the Mavericks, especially because he's always injured, and it's hard to, and it's extremely difficult to fill the shoes left behind by Luka Doncic. I still can't believe that trade happened. Yeah. So it sucks, but I mean, what can you do? And it's starting to feel, and just wait, they're gonna trade Cooper Flag one of these days, and it's gonna, and they're really gonna get nothing out of that trade. Start,
some of those players, or some of the fans are gonna start saying, "Sell the team."
They already are. They've been saying that ever since the Luka trade. There were actual protests. Oh, and it doesn't help that basically Washington isn't even getting AD anymore because due to hand and groin issues, Anthony Davis is going to be sitting out the remainder of the NBA season.
Great. Yeah, how did that work out for y'all?
God, it's like nobody knows how to trade. It's like they played way too much 2K and they realized, oh wait, GMs are not smart people. I mean, they aren't just idiots, and they're not going to take Luka Doncic in exchange for this moldy bag of M&Ms I found in my closet from 1963. 5? Why did I say free? I can't. Does brain require Wi-Fi connection?
Apparently,
what the hell?
There are several star players as we are coming up to the end of this, or halfway through the season already.
Yeah.
With the NBA All-Star break, all that kind of stuff going on. Several star players have already been ruled ineligible for postseason awards under the NBA's 65-game minimum requirement. Basically, you have to play majority of the season. So first one out is Giannis Antetokounmpo, which kind of shocks me, but he's been out for injury. Ja Morant, injury. Trae Young, going through injury and trade.
Injury and trade.
Domantas Sabonis, LeBron James, which ends his 20. Also, he didn't make the All-Pro team.
Yeah.
So this ends his 21 season streak of making the All-Pro team. So, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis.
Duh, because he keeps getting traded and he keeps getting injured.
Yep. Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, Franz Wagner, and Austin Reeves.
Yep.
So a lot of the players are out. The Cavs also did sign a new player.
Oh, yeah.
They signed Naquan Tomlin to a 2-year, $3 million contract. I don't know specifically how good he is or where he came from.
Yeah, we'll have to see. So in other news, Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, ended up meeting with Washington State Governor Bob Ferguson to discuss the return of the Seattle Supersonics. Now, there's been a lot of talk about expansion in the NBA as of recent, and it's been going on in a lot of leagues. I mean, the NHL's been talking about it, and even from what I've heard, apparently the NFL's been talking about it too. But, so I think bringing back the Sonics would be pretty cool, because, I mean, come on. So there is that, but this is something honestly really stupid that Adam Silver wants to do.
Yep.
So NBA Commissioner Adam Silver would seriously consider removing the NBA draft to basically to stop teams from tanking. So this would turn rookies to free agents. And this is my question. Are you high? Like, are you high on something?
I don't think they should do that. It's something that is, in my opinion, is stupid. They need the draft in there because you do all this recruiting from college to the G League to the whatever the other elite or whatever.
Even in high school.
Yeah.
They even do this back in high school.
But they don't really. Now, a lot of players don't get drafted, or you can't get drafted out of high school anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe Bryant, I believe LeBron James's class in the draft was the last one to officially sign somebody straight out of high school. And it's crazy because I would love to have seen LeBron James and where he went to college.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know if he would have stayed local and gone Ohio State or Akron, or if he would have gone...
I'm messing with you.
I was going to say he supported them.
Yeah, no, I know. I am rage baiting you. I mean, he did wear the Columbus jersey to that one game. Yeah. That jersey was sick.
It feels weird sometimes seeing him in all Ohio State gear. It's like, you didn't even go to... Okay, whatever.
Well, damn, what did you want him to do? He's one of the greatest players of all time, and he wanted to get right into it, and he did dominate. So, yeah. But and this is also something that I really don't like is the fact that if you do this, small market teams are absolutely screwed because at the end of the day, a lot of these kids do you think it's no offense to Cleveland, but it's not a great city. Cleveland is infamously not a good place to live. Mm-hmm. So why would kids want to why would these rookies want to go there when a lot of these kids are gonna want to go to the big, huge, lucrative markets like Los Angeles. They want a lot of people want to go to the Lakers. They're they're probably one of the most popular franchises in all sports. Mm-hmm. Or New York, or Boston, or Miami. They're gonna want to go it's not even that they're I want to go to a team that's gonna have a lot of that's championship contention. A lot of those are gonna work. But what's stopping these kids from just not even bothering and being why would I want to go to a small market team that could really use my talents when I can just go to Dallas and make a lot more money and be a lot more popular? Yeah. So by doing this, the big teams like the Lakers are just gonna keep on getting more money, while smaller teams like the Hornets are basically gonna be rotting in the corner. Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea because it's just going to cause the big market teams to stay on top while everybody else is trying to fight for scraps. And I do agree that, kids are going to want to play for, their home, maybe they, want to play for their hometown teams. Say somebody wants to play for Orlando because they grew up there. Yeah, go for it. But but a lot of people aren't going to want to do that. What if, there's no guarantee that Jimmy Jim Bob who plays for, I don't know, freaking Duke, doesn't want to be like, oh, well, I grew up in San Antonio, but I don't want to play for the Spurs. I'd rather play for Boston.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of money in that. So I think it's a really stupid idea. But
and we both do.
Yeah.
And it's one of those that comes after the incident that happened both with the Jazz and the Indiana Pacers. The NBA fined the Utah Jazz $500,000 and the Indiana Pacers $100,000 related to the management of their rosters for recent games. They were saying that they were manipulating the roster in efforts to lose more. So they were putting like star players on the bench. They were putting in very bad bench players that have probably never.
They're just trying to tank and like. And that's also something I don't get. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that tanking can be annoying for some fans. Like, oh, well, I understand we want to accrue good draft capital, but, like, I want my team to play good. But at the end of the day, like, banning tanking is stupid because how else are some of these teams supposed to get good? Like, because you can't keep beating the dead horse. You know what I mean? Like, you can't keep trotting out the same unit and expecting them to randomly, like, get it together. Like, sorry, I have to make sure my mic is still on.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. You have, like, at the end of the day, I mean, and tanking's worked out well for a lot of teams. Like, like it's worked out well in football. I mean, because the Lions were basically rotting in the corner for a million years, and they became really, really good.
Yep.
Except for this year.
So
and stuff like that. So like the Dallas Cowboys, they had to tank for years before their dynasty in the 90s. So at the end of the day, I don't see it working out because that's just part of sports.
Yes, it is. So, final thing I'm going to cover here for the NBA is that the All-Star game for 2027 is headed to Phoenix, Arizona. The 76th annual NBA All-Star game will be played on Sunday, February 21st, the week after, as usual, the week after the Super Bowl. And it will be at the Mortgage Matchup Center, which is home to the Phoenix Suns.
Well, anyway. Sorry, I say that because, the All-Star game sucks.
It does, but hopefully they bring it back.
Getting into the fastest sport. Oh, nice. Let's get into the NHL now. So, a lot of stuff has been happening in the NHL, but most notably, your Tampa Bay Lightning played in the Stadium Series in Tampa Bay.
Y'all had a close one. Y'all had to make a comeback.
That was probably one of the most insane games of hockey I've watched in my entire life, and I have watched an unhealthy amount. So, for those who don't know, the Lightning went down 5-1.
Somehow,
we went down 5-1. The Bruins were kicking our ass, and then they tried to get a shot in front of the net, and then Swayman decided to start mauling one of our players, and Vasi came down, and we had a goalie fight, and Vasi won the goalie fight. It was the greatest thing I've seen in my 19 years, almost 20, of existing, and then we came all the way back. Now, Bruins fans
had to win in shootout.
Yeah, the Bruins fans have been crying about, oh my god, penalties, oh my god, the refs were on Tampa's side. Okay, then explain to me how all of those penalties were not penalties. How? I mean, you can't, like Swayman is not allowed to knock the puck out of the rink. You know, you're not allowed to try to cover the puck with your hand. You know, you're not allowed to hook, you're not allowed to slash, all that stuff. And also, and people were saying, oh, well, Pasta got the overtime winner. No, he didn't. I heard the whistles were going right before he even shot it on net. You know, like, I understand that it's Boston and, a lot of those people, no offense, have the average IQ of a bean, but like it doesn't make sense. But
it's also the same kind of argument that we had after the Stadium Series Classic. Yeah, in Columbus. Get over it. There was a lot of calls that could have gone both ways.
Yeah, and not to mention y'all had like all that had a lot of other English. Had a lot of time left in overtime, and you had the shootout in which my glorious king, my great king, Jake from State Farm, Jake Gensel.
There you go.
Scored the winner. That's my uncle calls him that. Scored the winner, and Tampa Bay wins. Bruins suck. USA #1.
So speaking of USA, both the women's right now have won their match. They won earlier 5-0. They go on for the gold medal. Onto the gold medal match. Whoever wins between Canada and I believe it's Latvia.
Yeah.
Or Denmark.
Get them, ladies.
It's one of the two. That was a dominant game today for the women's matchup. The men's are just now starting the qualifying round. I'm telling you, it's on track for USA and Canada to meet up again, and this is about to be a barn burner. They don't care if there are any ejections.
Oh, by the way, just one more thing. The 2026 Stadium Series was crowned the most watched regular season game on cable in the U.S. ever,
which is crazy.
Go Tampa! It's not just because of the Bruins.
But
sorry, I had to.
How they go right now in the groups. This is the qualifying. So in first place, kind of shocked but not at the same time. Canada is spotted 1D.
Are you shocked? It's Canada.
I know. That's why I said I'm shocked, but at the same time I'm not. 2D is USA, 3D is Slovakia, and 4D is Finland. Almost had all of the four nations face-off nations in there.
Damn it, Sweden.
But Czechia and Denmark. No, Czechia and Denmark will face off against each other. Winner of that faces Canada. Sweden and Latvia face off against each other. Winner faces the United States. Germany and France face off against each other. Winner plays Slovakia. And Switzerland and Italy face off against each other.
Is the hockey puck just like a burnt piece of cheese?
Okay.
Pizza? But it's just a giant, thick piece of pepperoni that they burnt too much, and now they're like, hey, I'm going to shoot to the puck.
But that winner will face Finland, and then the highest and lowest qualifying winners from the winners of the quarterfinal rounds will face off against each other, and then the second highest qualifying winner and third highest qualifying winner will face off against each other. Winners of those two will go on to face off in the gold medal match, and then the losers will face for the bronze medal. So it is very, very on track.
Yeah, so also some of the captains for some of the top teams. For Team USA, it is Austin Matthews. Really? You chose one of the worst captains in the NHL to lead. No, I mean, this is no disrespect, but, he's not a good captain.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Leafs after they lost last year. He was like, oh, yeah, we had too many passengers. My brother in Christ, you had the aux cord. You were the passenger. You were definitely one of the passengers. Matthew Tkachuk and Charlie McAvoy are serving as alternate captains for Team USA. Then for Canada, Sidney Crosby is the captain for Team Canada. Not surprised at all. I mean, he's always going to be Captain Canada besides Jonathan Toews. With Connor McDavid and Cale Makar serving as alternate captains. For Team Sweden, it's going to be Gabriel Landeskog. I'm kind of surprised by that, but okay.
Yeah, that's why
being captain of Sweden's Olympic team with Victor Hedman and Erik Karlsson. Victor Hedman of your Tampa Bay Lightning.
I'd say Karlsson would have been, in my opinion, a little bit better as a captain.
Hedman would have been better. I mean, Hedman's been better defensively lately, and also he's Victor Hedman, and he also plays for Lightning, and he's a captain, and he's the greatest defenseman in Lightning history.
Move on.
He plays for the Lightning, and they're better. Anyway, so then for Finland, Mikael Granlund has been named captain of Team Finland. Really? Over Rantanen? No? Okay. And Sebastian Aho and Mikko Rantanen are alternate captains, which, I mean, you know what? I'm not trying to diss on Mikael Granlund, but I do feel like Aho and Rantanen are better, but that's my personal opinion. I'm a Granlund fan. I like Granlund.
Yep.
Then for Germany, Leon Draisaitl has been named captain. No surprise there.
Yeah. With
Tim Stützle and Moritz Seider as alternate captains. Then for Team Czechia.
Okay.
Roman Cervenka has been named captain of Team Czechia with David Pastrnak and Radko Gudas as the alternates. So, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can live with that. So, those are your captains, and...
Unfortunately for... I don't know...
Switzerland.
Yeah, for Switzerland, but also the Kings.
For the Kings.
The Kings, there we go. I had to think, I was like, where's the team?
Yeah, you're good.
Kevin Fiala, did I say it right?
Yeah, you said it right. I was waiting for you to be like, wait a minute, because no, you said it right. I'm just like... Yeah. But it's easy to troll you.
Kevin Fiala, he is to miss the rest of the NHL regular season after his successful leg surgery. He unfortunately fractured his just left lower leg.
That'll do it.
So he will miss the remainder of the season and will be reevaluated at its conclusion. So I didn't see it, but I heard about it, and it kind of sucks. I mean, I see why the NHL for years didn't have NHL players in there. One, because I think they wanted violence. Two, there was the risk of this injury happening, like something like this happening. But you can also see where some of the NHL hockey players, like which countries produced very good hockey players and which ones didn't. As we saw today with USA.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that. Also, this is gonna be a tough loss for the Kings because Fiala, he's a very competent forward. He does a really good job in LA, and they just got another really good player. We'll go on and talk about that. Yeah. And so that sucks. But this is huge news. One that's basically going to make all Rangers fans try to find the drain cleaner so that they can take some drain cleaner shots. Artemi Panarin has officially been traded to the Los Angeles Kings. What? So in this trade, the Kings just get Panarin, and then with 50% salary retention, and then the Rangers get forward Liam Greentree, who's a solid enough prospect, a conditional 2026 third round pick, and a conditional 2028 fourth rounder. So not even a first, which is crazy. Yeah, and after getting him, the Kings have already re-signed Artemi Panarin to a 2-year, $11 million AAV contract. So this is huge.
I was gonna say now.
This is huge.
It's crazy to see the trade happening between those two, but I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna help out the Kings quite a bit. Because especially when they need them, and especially because of this happening, so it should.
It doesn't help that New York, they've been basically just dying over the past years. The big issue with them is that they've had the pieces of their rebuild right, but the problem is that they keep trying to rush it. They made the conference finals a few times, losing to Tampa Bay in 2022 and losing to Florida in 2024. The problem is that they just kept speeding along and they didn't slow down to actually try to develop the team. They were like, all right, you're here, all right, go. It's like they keep trying to make this team into like a cup contender just like that. This kind of thing takes time. As a Lightning fan, and even you as a Columbus fan, like both of them that rebuilds take a while. Throughout the 2010s, the Lightning were basically in a rebuild thanks to guys like Steve Yzerman's work and stuff like that. And rebuilds take a lot of time. The Lightning, in the time period between 2015 and 2020, they made the Cup Finals in 2015, and then they lost, and then they kept making it to the conference finals, and then they kept losing. And then they lost some more, and then that other thing happened that I don't want to mention because I will probably go bash my head into a wall. You know what happened. And then in 2020, we won the Cup, and then we won back-to-back. The Cups count. Shut up, people. and stuff like that. So, this, and again, good rebuilds take a lot of time to form. Yeah. You can't just expect them to be good just right off the bat.
Yeah, look at Columbus. We kind of had to go through quite a bit of a rebuild, and especially with the head coaching positions after head coaches.
They've been rebuilding since they came in, and I'm not trying to diss your team, but they haven't been doing much. But nowadays they're looking pretty damn solid. Hold on,
They're looking a lot better than they did before we got back. Bro, how do I forget his name?
Rick Bonus.
Bonus, thank you.
I like Rick Bonus. He does well.
I mean, you kind of talked about how it wasn't. You weren't you didn't know how to feel about it, all that kind of stuff, or how he was going to do. But obviously,
the Blue Jackets were 4th in the Metropolitan. Not bad, bad stuff.
Considering that we were down below the wild card.
Yeah.
But now we're up. Now that we're up in 4th, we were way down there. Now we're up pretty close to making it. You have to get into the top 3, I believe it is.
Yeah, but
top 2 somewhere.
Well, it kind of depends. But there's also and they were close to making it last year, but unfortunately Montreal just managed to bury it through. But it was a fantastic season for Columbus.
I know.
And the thing is that, and again, I'm really not trying to diss your team. I'm just speaking facts. They haven't done much since 2019. They haven't really done anything before and after that. Because 2019, you swept the Tampa Bay Lightning, who were President's Trophy winners and one of the best teams in NHL history. And then they got swept, and then you put up a fight against Boston. But after that, and then the 2020 bubble playoffs happened, and then you guys couldn't win 5 overtimes. I still remember staying up and watching that and be like, "Is it over yet?" And it's like, "No, honey, we're going to a 5 overtime." And I'm like, "Come on!" But yeah, so Columbus, they have hope. Again, don't want to crap on your team, but they have a lot of potential. They have a lot of potential. Zach Werenski is one of the best defensemen in the league. They have very good young talent. Marchenko is still good. Monahan's producing, which is good. After all those injuries, I was worried his career was going to be over. And they are doing all of this. They're doing it all for Johnny. Oh yeah, they're doing it all for Johnny, and so is Team USA because they have his jersey up there, and they're fighting. They're fighting. They're going to get it done. All for Johnny Hockey.
I'm calling Team USA wins gold.
I really want them to win gold. I really want them to win gold. But honestly, again, they have to do it for him, and so he should still be playing. He should be on that team.
Yep. The final one that I have for hockey is that the Carolina Hurricanes have extended Brandon Bussi to a 3-year, $1.9 million AAV contract.
That guy's a freaking monster in net, man.
I was going to say, this is going to help. I think this is going to help Carolina a little bit more. If they didn't re-sign him, I think they were going to be... it was going to be bad.
Here's the thing. They have very solid goaltenders and guys like Kochetkov and Anderson, but the problem is that they haven't been doing as well. But then, Brandon Bussi comes in and he's amazing. So, I really like what Bussi has done. He's done a fantastic job. He's broken records already as a youngster. Mm-hmm. He could be the guy. But, we'll have to see, because, Carolina, they definitely need goaltending out, because Freddie Anderson was kind of rough over the past couple of years. Yeah. Especially in the playoffs. I'm just going to say it, Toronto warned them about Freddie Anderson when it came to, his play in the playoffs, oftentimes being a bit rough, but, except for 2023, it's hard to blame them. And then, of course, the last thing that I have for the NHL is that Jeff Skinner is on unconditional waivers for the purpose of mutual contract termination with the San Jose Sharks. He signed a 1-year, $3 million deal with San Jose this summer, and he's been a healthy scratch as of late with 13 points and 32 games played this season. So, honestly, this is a really sad story to see because, Jeff Skinner, in his prime, this man was an absolute monster. He was scoring goals like it was nobody's business. Yeah. But the big problem is that he just can't stay healthy. After all those injuries, his play was never the same, and so I don't necessarily blame him for like I don't blame him for not being as good, because it's hard to be as good when you aren't basically having to be wheeled around everywhere. So that's just my opinion. All right, so let's move on to some football.
So yes, starting off with NCAA, there's a couple of topics here that I would like to talk about.
Just starting off though, of course, because I don't know if we were able to cover this last time. National champions have officially been crowned. It is 16-0. Indiana Hoosiers, the first team to go 16-0 to win the Natty since, I believe, Yale back in like the 1890s. I think. Let me look. Hold on.
I think
Yeah, I was right. It was 1894 Yale Bulldogs, first team to go 16-0, and Indiana went 16-0. And honestly, like, you can whine all you want, but what a season for them. I mean, Kurt Signetti wins. Google him. And I mean, overall, I mean, it's still incredible to me how he managed to take a bunch of like 3-star nobodies and turn them into a fantastic team. Because I mean, I think this goes back to that old Herb Brooks saying, he does, like, when it comes to making a team, you don't necessarily want the best ones, you want the right ones.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, and at the end of the day, that's how Signetti was able to win the Natty. He was able to get the right players. I mean, Fernando Mendoza, that kid is gonna, if the Raiders develop him properly, which is a big if, that kid's gonna do some damage in the NFL. And honestly, I cannot wait, because I don't know, the ABBA memes will live on through the night. And I will not sing the song because but you know which one I'm talking about. So big congratulations to Indiana on their first ever national championship. And should we laugh at Miami because Carson Beck sucks?
I don't even know if they deserve to laugh.
Damn. My man going cold.
But this is just recent, as of a couple days ago. The MAC, the Mid-Atlantic Conference, has voted to formally add FCS Sacramento State into the league as a football-only member starting in 26, so starting this year. The cost of entrance is expected to be $18 million, and a deal is expected to be announced in the upcoming days. This will be the first West Coast program to make this jump to FBS in football in well over a generation.
Wow.
The total cost of entry is $23 million, as Sacramento State would also need to pay an additional $5 million to the NCAA to move up. The move would keep the MAC at 13 schools. They'd replace Northern Illinois, which is leaving for the Mountain West in football next year, which is kind of odd.
All this to get the crap beaten out of you by Ohio State again, eh?
Who knows? We may play them in certain years.
Also, some other big news. The top 5 class of 2026 per 24/7 Sports has been released. So at number 1 is Kashawn Henderson, a quarterback, and he's going to the University of Houston. Then Jared Curtis, a quarterback, is going to Vanderbilt. Then Faison Brandon, quarterback, going to your Tennessee Volunteers. Then Lamar Brown, an athlete, going to LSU. And then, hold on, what's the... Kenyi Pepe. Kenyi Pepe, I guess. Epic last name.
Yeah.
Going, an offensive tackle, going to Southern California. So, I'm excited to see Faison Brandon come to Tennessee. You know, I'm hoping that he does not make me miserable, but I hope that he will become the greatest quarterback of all time, and he will beat them Ohio State Buckeyes, so I can have some hope in my damn life for once. For once, when it comes to college, because I didn't choose the Gators when I was younger. I didn't choose any college teams, and then it came to Tennessee.
So here are some teams, per a social media source, some FCS teams that need to move up to the FBS level. I agree with some of these. I've already looked at them. He's also seen them a couple of times. But there are a couple of them I agree with. South Dakota State, University of Jackrabbits would be one of them. I would say since North Dakota State's moving up, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to join the same conference. You've got Montana State Bobcats. I believe the FCS, the national champions. They would be a good move in my opinion. I think they are. Some of these teams may take a little bit to get used to trying to be up at that level, but you never know what can happen. You've got Montana Grizzlies, the Tarleton State Texans, which I haven't heard of the team. So you got UC Davis Aggies. Oh, great, another Aggies team that we need.
We have like 50 of them.
I know.
Just have them. There should just be like a separate bowl just to determine who gets to keep the name Aggies, and then the other ones have to come up with like their own names. Just like, all right, look, guys, we're tired of you guys all having the same name. Just get in a ring, fight, and then be original because this is getting annoying. Another
one, Illinois State Redbirds, not Cardinals, not anything else. Redbirds.
Kind of a cool name, I'm not gonna lie.
And then finally, they say Youngstown State Penguins.
I mean, so I think this is all a giant conspiracy by EA so that they can get more teams in College Football 27.
But I think some of these would be really good. Of course, Youngstown State being my mom's alma mater, they have been doing pretty good in the last few years.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing them up there, but the problem is I don't know who they would join. I don't know a good conference for them to join. So
yeah. Also, kind of phasing into the NFL as of the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is officially over as the Seattle Seahawks ended up defeating the New England Patriots in probably the most boring Super Bowl that I've watched in a very long time.
Since LA. Since the LA incident.
So Seattle are your 2026 Super Bowl champions. So, with all that crap out of the way, the official draft order has been released. So, first overall, winning the Mendoza sweepstakes are the Las Vegas Raiders. Second overall are the New York Jets. Third overall are the Cardinals. Fourth are the Titans. Fifth are the Giants. Sixth are the Browns. Seventh are the Commanders. Eighth are the Saints. Ninth are the Chiefs. I'm making a bit of a beat here. 10th are the Bengals. 11 are the Dolphins. 12th are the Cowboys. 13th are the Rams, thanks to that trade from last year with Atlanta where they got James Pierce Jr., who is a legend for prison right now. Then 14th are the Baltimore Ravens. 15th are your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 16th are the New York Jets, thanks to the trade from Indiana, and that was in the Sauce Gardner trade. God, I can't talk.
And 17th is the Detroit Tigers, or the Lions. 18th is
Damn it, Ron.
18th is the Vikings. 19th is Panthers. 20th is the Cowboys via Green Bay.
From the Parsons trade.
Yep. 21st is the Pittsburgh Steelers. 22nd is the Chargers. 23rd is the Eagles. 24 is your Cleveland Browns via Jacksonville from the trade.
Yeah, that was the trade for Hunter.
Yep.
That actually worked out pretty well in both ways, I would say.
Yep.
Because Travis Hunter did great in Jacksonville, and then y'all got Mason Graham as a beast as a defensive tackle.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Michigan hater. It's so funny.
25th is the Bears.
The Bears. I'm happy for them. They've done a fantastic job.
26th is the Bills.
The Bills.
27th is 49ers. 28th is the Houston Texans. 29th is the Rams. So they have the 13th via Atlanta and the 29th of their own.
Yeah.
30th is Broncos. 31st is the Patriots. And 32nd is the Seahawks.
Yep.
Now, here are some teams. So here are some teams that actually don't get a first-round pick at all. It is the Atlanta Hawks because they traded it to the Rams. The Green Bay Packers trade with Dallas. Jacksonville trade with Cleveland, and Indianapolis Colts the trade with the New York Jets.
Yeah.
So that hurts those four teams in my opinion. Yeah. Because now they get kind of a little bit lower, I guess you could say, players.
Yeah. So a few of the teams that could be quarterback hungry this draft, I wrote some of them down. The Raiders, obviously, because why the hell would you stick with another year of Geno Smith when you can get Fernando? Then there's the New York Jets, which, again, this is obvious because Justin Fields has been an absolute disaster under center. And then there was Tyrod Taylor. I've also heard the Cleveland Browns could probably be looking for a quarterback because I mean I do kind of get it because they got two quarterbacks in Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders and they suck.
Get rid of Watson.
Get rid of Watson. That we have, they might go back to Watson. That's the scary thing.
Please no. Get rid of Watson. Bring up Dylan Gabriel as starter. Shedeur Sanders as a backup and Bailey Zappi as a third string.
Keeping it going. The Cardinals could be looking for one. I mean, I think Brissett's been doing pretty good. That's like why I wrote maybe on here.
Former Cleveland Browns quarterback.
Then the Miami Dolphins could probably be looking for one too because I think after this year they're probably looking to move on from Tua because Tua's been a disaster.
And we'll talk about some other stuff going with the Dolphins.
But so there's that. Also, the Atlanta Falcons could be looking for a quarterback because Penix hasn't been doing good. Cousins has been not great, and the Penix pick from 2024 has just been looking worse and worse and worse as time goes on. I've also heard the Vikings could be looking for a quarterback because 9 hasn't been good. 9's been a disaster under center. And I've also been hearing Pittsburgh. And honestly, I don't blame Pittsburgh for looking for a new quarterback because, I mean, Will Howard, I don't think he's done well so far. Like, I haven't seen much of him, but from what I've heard, he hasn't been great. And
he's the backup.
True. And also Aaron Rodgers, and the thing is that Aaron Rodgers, he's not a long-term solution. He's more or less kind of like a rental for a couple of years. And even then, like, I've heard that it's possible he could be retiring, but I don't know. So I don't know. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be keeping him around for much longer. I've also, and this is something weird that I heard, that the Rams, who own picks 13 and 29, are fans of getting Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson? Why?
Well, if Matthews hasn't announced his retirement, right?
Yeah. So he hasn't. So here's the thing. So on paper I understand this because Matthew Stafford, he's getting old. He's pretty old and stuff like that, and you're gonna want to, and they're planning on. I think they're trying to, do Jordan Love and what they did with the Packers. But here's the issue. Ty Simpson is not a good quarterback. He was kind of messy at Alabama. Mm-hmm. And, let's be honest, he's not great. And then after, and especially in the NFL, the kid would probably get killed. And it also doesn't help.
Killed is almost an understatement. Seems like at this point.
And it doesn't help that that Matthew Stafford, he's a fantastic quarterback and stuff like that, and that those are some pretty big shoes to fill. And so overall, outside of Mendoza, there aren't really many good quarterbacking prospects. I mean, I guess and even though Ty Simpson's probably the second best, that's still like it's still pretty like. The talent is very far from each other because Mendoza, he's a brilliant quarterback. He was a monster in college, and then you have Ty Simpson, who was barely the best passer in the SEC.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I really don't know if it's a good idea. Like I understand you want to go with Jordan Love and what he did with the Packers, but I think it's better to wait another year probably just to see. Because I'm pretty sure there'll be better quarterbacking prospects next year, but we'll have to see.
Yep. So moving back into the NFL.
Yeah.
Because we kind of bounced between NCAA.
Yeah. I thought it was like a nice segue there.
It was. But the Jaguars are planning to use Travis Hunter as a full-time cornerback and part-time wide receiver in this upcoming season. I don't know. I think it's a good move, in my opinion.
True.
He was better on defense, especially in college, than he was a wide receiver. The only reason I'm saying that is because there wasn't much. I mean, there was a lot of passing there, but he seemed more impactful on the other side of the line of scrimmage than he was on the offensive side.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, like, I feel like the only reason why he was known as a wide receiver was just so that ESPN could, was just so that they could pad Shedeur Sanders' stats. I'm joking, of course. But yeah, so I mean, he did pretty well at corners, and it took him a while to actually do much as a wide receiver. But I mean, I think it's a good idea, especially because you don't want to get burnt out every game because trying to do both sides, that takes a lot of it. It requires such skill and such endurance from a player. So in other news, this is pretty big from the Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders star edge rusher Max Crosby wants a trade to the Patriots.
I could see that.
I could definitely see that.
Patriots definitely need, even though they did very well in the first half of the Super Bowl, as far as defensive wise, they did really good.
I mean,
they kept them. Okay, they kept them to field goals in the first half.
That's why I'm saying I guess because
it could have been worse. It could have just been a score, like it was in the second half,
or just like how it was last year.
Yeah, but I think if they did get Max Crosby, it could help the defense out a lot more. And it would have been better if they traded him beforehand and had him if they got him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I really think that I really want Max Crosby to come to Tampa Bay. I would kill to get him in Tampa Bay because I know that would take a lot of money, but I mean,
you would have to give up like half your defense.
Dude, half of our defense is trash.
Could you imagine?
You're able to talk about good defenses because Cleveland's defense is freaking awesome.
Wouldn't it be funny if they traded to get Max Crosby on the Browns? Imagine how deadly that would be for quarterbacks.
I think I would just go drink all the drain cleaner that you have in your closet. But I'm kidding. That would be good, but I feel like that'd be excess good.
Yeah,
because you got Myles Garrett out there, and he's so damn good.
Yep.
And you have I feel like your team doesn't really need too much more on defense. I think it's more offense, but trust me, we'll get into something kind of like that later. So there is that, but I've also been hearing that the Browns are expected to have interest in Tua Tagovailoa, and honestly, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Tagovailoa.
Same thing. I mean, honestly, I can kind of see because the talent is absolutely there with Tua, but there are a lot of problems, obviously the injuries and the repeated concussions, and it also doesn't help that that in the clutch he does have a nasty turnover habit. And stuff like that. So Cleveland does have a bit of a problem with quarterbacks right now, given the fact that it's either you go for a predator, a guy who can't throw more than 15 yards, or Shedeur Sanders. So at the end of the day, I do feel like it could probably work, but you never know.
It might work. Some big news for the Dolphins. Actually, this is one of two big news out of the Dolphins is that they have released defensive end Bradley Chubb.
Ooh.
So I don't know where he's going to, and I think that's going to hurt their...
Come to Tampa.
That's going to hurt their defense a lot.
Come to Tampa.
And one of the biggest news that has happened in the NFL this weekend was just announced about 5 hours ago. Miami's... And I'm shocked. I thought it was less than this. But Miami's 8-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Tyreek Hill, it has been released. And the funny part is, Hill turns 32 on March 1st.
Yeah.
He is recovering from a dislocated knee and torn ACL. If you haven't seen that video, don't go look it up.
My man got Theismann. My leg just kind of hurts just thinking about it.
Yeah, my knee hurts just thinking about it.
It's a shame because, he is a very solid wide receiver. It's just, problems.
Well, listen to this. So he will be an unrestricted free agent for the first time in his NFL career. This release will save the Dolphins nearly $23 million.
Wow.
22.8 to be exact.
A lot more money to play with.
Against the salary cap. So they could actually go and find another wide receiver to replace him, as well as go and try to see what they can do about the Bradley Chubb incident now.
Yeah.
I think that was an
incident?
Not incident, but releasing him.
Okay,
That's what I couldn't think of a better word.
Here's a question. because Cleveland is having problems with their receivers. So could we possibly see Tyreek Hill coming to Cleveland?
I wouldn't. I want to say yes, but at the same time, with them, they would have to still give up quite a bit. Like we still have great wide receivers. They just need to focus a little bit more.
Not really. I mean, Judy. Outside of him, really?
There's still some
there's
good
not
ones.
much. I mean, you can't have like one good wide receiver.
Well,
you need 3 of them at least.
Okay, we had Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, you had him. I'm talking about now.
I know, but it's still one of those. Even if we did, we would have to give up like either some draft picks and money, or like we would have to give up some people to just hit that cap, because he's gonna ask for a lot of money for no reason.
Fair enough. I mean, he's a spectacular wide receiver. It's
but
so
he's not worth that much.
In other news, this is something that I am absolutely happy about. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers have agreed to terms with Chandler Whitmer as their quarterbacks coach. Whitmer spent this past season as a co-offensive coordinator and a quarterbacking coach with the Indiana Hoosiers, working closely with future first overall pick Fernando Mendoza. This is a fantastic move. He's done a great job, helping guys like you good?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were getting like next snap. Anyway, I love this move because he did fantastic work, not only as co-offensive coordinator with the Hoosiers, who went 16-0. And then and he was also a good quarterbacking coach that helped take a pretty average college football player into being a Heisman winner and a national champion and the future first overall pick to the Raiders. I mean, there's not much you can ask for outside of that in a guy. Yeah. And so I'm very excited for that. I mean, I'm still bummed that we didn't get a wonderful guy, what's his name? McDaniels, not Mike McDaniel, the guy who was head coach for
Mike McDaniels
Dolphins. Yeah, I got it mixed up with him and Josh. I don't know why, but yeah. So I don't know, man. My brain. I don't know. I got them mixed up for some reason.
Yeah,
is that the pizza? Anyway, but yeah, so I'm liking that. I mean, even though I'm bummed that we didn't get the OC that I wanted, I guess we could have done worse.
I was gonna say it could have been worse.
I don't know. Josh Grizzard is going to the Eagles anyway, so at this point I can be like, knee slapper right there.
So the final thing that I have for the NFL is, according to Fox Sports NFL writer Greg Allman, these are the top 10 free agent tight ends. That number 10 is from the Cincinnati Bengals, Noah Fant. Not bad. I mean, he's 10. He was doing very well this season. At number 9, you have the Washington
the Washington Commanders football team.
Yes, I was about to say.
Ron, embrace the Commanders football team.
But number 9 is Washington Commanders Zach Ertz. He could
you
go.
Can still call them the Redskins. It doesn't matter.
You
call them the Indians. So.
At number 8 is the Rams Tyler Higbee. If they don't sign him back, they're going to be in a little bit. Speaking of cooked, Tennessee Titans. Chig Okonkwo. Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
Okonkwo.
Chig Okonkwo. Yeah, you got that right.
Hey,
look at you getting names correct. I'm so proud of you. I could buy you a milkshake.
He's number 7. And number 8 is Tampa Bay's Cade Otton.
If we do not re-sign him, I'm going to punch somebody, and it's going to be Ron.
Well, okay. You could work with the Eagles on this.
Because
at number 5 from the Eagles, Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert's been great. He's been a really good tight end for Philadelphia, and honestly, if Tampa Bay got him, like if they found a way to pick up Goddard, I would not be upset. I mean, he's very good. It's either him or Otton. I'd be fine with that.
Or you could go with number 4 from your Cleveland Browns, David Njoku.
I mean, I feel like he always has a little more to give, but he's still a very solid tight end.
Or You could go with number 3
No.
from the Kansas City Chiefs,
No.
Travis Kelce.
No. I refuse to get Cleveland Heights, Ohio legend.
Or you could go with number 2 from the Baltimore Ravens, Isaiah Likely.
I don't know. I don't think that's very likely.
Or, okay, just sit back here.
Okay.
At number 1, the number 1 free agent, according to the NFL Sports Writer, is the Atlanta Falcons' Kyle Pitts. The thing is, he is a great tight end. In my opinion, and a lot of people may hate me for this, but I do honestly believe that he is better than Travis Kelce. I do believe that. Travis Kelce has only gotten help. He's been doing great, and I do believe that. But if you look at the past season,
every player's allowed to have a down year.
Yes, Travis Kelce has had a couple down years, especially when he started dating you-know-who.
He did not start being bad because he dated Taylor Swift.
I'm just saying by that. But I think this past season, Kyle Pitts was better than Travis Kelce. I still have respect for Travis Kelce, but that's just my opinion. So
yeah. So keeping it going, I just have a couple more things. One thing is that Seahawks offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak is going to be the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Honestly, I'm not too upset at this move. I think it could work out because he led a fantastic offense with guys like Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba and all them, and stuff like that. He led a great team, and now he's going to be getting a brand new quarterback to play with. That sounds wrong. He's getting a new quarterback to lead in Fernando. I still cannot believe that they won that national championship. That was such a crazy game. But yeah, so I think this is a great move for Las Vegas. I think they did a great job. And it's also funny that he was like, hey guys, this is going to be my last game, by the way. I'm going to go to Las Vegas. And they're like, okay, fine. I guess. Fine. All right, yeah, you know what? Good on you, you jerk. Not really, because I do not want to hear any disrespect towards Clint Kubiak. And it's also crazy that Sam Darnold actually won a Super Bowl. Yeah, because he's literally the first quarterback in the 2018 class to win one. Yep. And that's including Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen.
Poor Josh.
Yeah, whatever. Josh Allen and all them, it's still insane to me.
Yeah.
So, big congratulations to Sam Darnold. Honestly,
and the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm not a big Seahawks guy, but I'm so happy, especially for Darnold. He went from seeing ghosts to seeing Lombardi. So huge congratulations to him. And the last thing that I have, last two things, because I have one more that I want to talk about with this guy. So, NFL honors are officially picked up. We have the MVP going to Matthew Stafford.
There's been a lot of debate with that. There's been a lot of debate with that, because still there's some people still to this day that believe Josh Allen deserved the MVP, but I think Matthew Stafford deserved it more.
Yeah, and there were also a lot of people saying Drake May, but he did kind of have a cupcake schedule and
a little bit until next year.
Yeah, I don't know. I just get Will Campbell to not be a bad tackle in a big game, and then we'll be good. Offensive Player of the Year. This kind of surprised me, but I'll take it, I guess. Jackson Smith in Jigba.
Ninjigba, yes.
You're gonna say it, aren't you?
From the Ohio State University.
I'm gonna punch you. Then you got Best Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett.
How could you not?
From the Texas A&M.
How could you not?
I deserve that.
Beat the sack record and everything. How could you not go with him?
Yeah, he's probably he's one of the best edge rushers in the game, man. Then Offensive Rookie of the Year, Teteroa McMillan of the Carolina Panthers.
If Mbuka would have done better, I think.
If Mbuka didn't just fall off, then honestly he probably would have. But at the end of the day, it's coulda, woulda, shoulda, and he's a rookie. I'm not gonna get too mad at him because. And it also doesn't help that he was getting double teamed all the time, and Baker Mayfield
because they knew what was going to happen. They know that he's great off of the line.
Big congratulations to McMillan. Then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Carson Schwessinger?
From your Cleveland Browns is Carson Schweizinger.
Oh, of course you can get it right.
Schweizinger.
I'm so proud of you. You learned how to say names. God, I am being mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then Coach of the Year is Mike Vrabel. I mean, I'm not surprised. He
there's no argument with that.
He literally went from absolute trash in Tennessee to being like, hey, let's go 9-8 Super Bowl. Not really, but you know. Then Comeback Player of the Year was Christian McCaffrey. Not surprised there. Walter Payton Man of the Year, Bobby Wagner, and Protector of the Year, Joe Thuney. I mean, that man led a great O-line for Caleb Williams. Who also did pretty well. So that's pretty much all the stuff that I have, but I do got something that I want to mention. So, Ron, in the 2026 NFL draft, the Browns have 2 first-round picks. So, and some of the needs that y'all have are things like tackle and wide receiver and
if you're going to ask me who I think,
who do you think you're going to pick?
If I think the Browns are going to go, if they're going to make smart decisions, I would say they need to go with an offensive tackle. I think we do need a tackle position there, but at the same time, I think we also need to find a little bit of depth, either in. Because right now, the running back, I'm not concerned about that. The running back situation.
Yeah, Sampson and Judkins have been pretty good.
But either the wide receiver or the tight end phase. Fannin Jr. is really great. However, I think we still would pick up, I think they could still pick up somebody good there. So I could see us going offense for both of them. Offensive tackle and either wide end. Yeah. Wide end, tight end, boy, or a wide receiver.
Yeah. I've been hearing Carnell Tate's name get thrown around a lot, and I think that'd be pretty good. You know, local boy, plays for Ohio State. There's also been guys I've heard like Makai Lemon, maybe. What's his name? I think Spencer Fano. I think that's his name. Like he's a tackle. I think. Francis Maui Goa, if he doesn't get picked up by Arizona, I think he'd be a pretty good sound. I think he'd be a good sound. So as for my team, Tampa Bay, I got number 15. There are 2 players that I am praying to the good Lord above that we get. And both of them are defense, because offense we aren't really a big problem if we can stay healthy. The players that I'm looking at, one of them is an Ohio State product, so you know you can be smug. Go on ahead, be smug, be smug, Ron. Go on, be smug.
Just go.
So it's either Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State, or Brandon Cisse. I've been hearing his name get thrown around too. A corner out of South Carolina. Because I mean, defense has been a mess. And I mean, linebacker could be good because Levante David's pretty old now, and you know, I just need anything. I need anything defense. I will take anything right now.
Yeah.
Not Kyer Elam. Do not give him to me. So it's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, tell all your friends. Don't show up at our house, and